Hey, we are live. Hey guys, we're gonna be doing a live commentary for the Canadian classic Grave Encounters. And Orc is here, Cole is here also, but he'll be with us temporarily. There he is.
Oh,
And Orc can tell us why he loves this movie so much and why it's such a Canadian classic.
It's tough, but I'd have to put this Canadian classic in my top 10 found footage movies of all time. I know that's going to shock a lot of people, but it belongs in there. Maybe at 9 or 10, but it's there. It's there.
for God's sakes, it's probably in my top 10 found footage movies.
I don't even think
It's
you
been
can
a
count the
while.
10 because
I
you
think it
fucking
shows
hate
how
them so
little I
much.
think of the genre or whatever you want to call it.
They're so much fun, though, man. Fuck
Oh, it's-
Hardcore Henry. I haven't even seen that movie yet. I like
I don't even know if I've seen more than 15, so
well,
I've seen quite a few.
yeah.
I think
probably
Jay
seen
has me
most.
beat.
I've definitely seen under 20.
I think I may have seen probably 30 or 40. I know Jay has me beat, though, just because he's seen a lot of them.
I've seen all the paranormal activities. I have seen all those at least once.
Oh, really? You have? Okay.
Yeah. That's how I know they're all the same. Like I don't just say they're all the same. I mean, I watched them and saw how they're all the same. But so that's like 6 or 7 right there. I guess the first Blair Witch counts and its sequel counts. I've seen the first two Rex and I like those. Those are like the only ones I like.
Let me tell you guys one that's really good. It's called Atrocious, and it's Spanish from 2010.
Oh, another Spanish one. Well, Rec is Spanish, so
Very
maybe
good.
they do it right. I'm
It's
trying to
one
think.
nobody ever mentions, but it's one that I really like.
I'll add that to the list of like 20 foreign films I need to see.
Yeah.
That
I was
I
really disappointed in, what is it, like Troll Hunter or whatever? A lot of people flipped out about how great that one was. I didn't like it at all.
I
Really?
didn't think it was great. I really liked it though. That movie was awesome. I thought I enjoyed it.
It was super hyped. I don't know. I
I,
wasn't
I thought it was
not into it.
good. It may have been overhyped. Yeah.
It was original. I'll give it that. Like, it wasn't just as cookie cutter as a lot of them were. Like,
Mm.
it went for something different. So I give it points for that.
Well, it was kind of cheesy at parts when it like the trolls would fart, and it was supposed to be you're
Yeah.
supposed to laugh and stuff. This is my captions said trolls farting. Oh
Yeah,
my
sometimes
god,
it's really funny to watch movies with, and
this
I
is
do it
good
a lot
stuff.
more now than I used to. Especially lately, because all summer I've had a fan blasting because it's so goddamn hot. So I'll often
Yeah,
crank my volume. I'll just put subtitles and stuff on, and yeah,
yeah,
sometimes there'll
yeah.
be some little funny bits of stage business there.
I mean, my life isn't bad at all, but I might just have to watch all these on my tablets and like be like cross-eyed because I'll hit two favorites you guys enjoy that are foreign films, and we make badass films here in North America. Sorry, Cole, I have to include you in the continent. Sorry about that, buddy.
You're
But
sorry?
Inside from France, I know Jay loves. I'm a big fan of that one. And then Pulse from Japan. Holy shit, those are good movies.
Oh yeah, Pulse is amazing.
Yeah.
It's not found footage. It's
Mhm.
just a really great horror movie. It's one of my favorite horror movies of the
That's
2000s.
a really bad remake too.
Yeah, Pulse. Yeah. I think I saw it. I can't remember. What's funny is I saw the remake before I saw the original. And when I saw
Yeah,
the
oh
original,
yeah.
I had no idea that the remake had anything to do with it. Like I didn't actually know. Yeah,
Didn't it have like Kristen Bell and it had a few other like big actors in it.
yeah, I think so. I
Man, the
saw it
early
like right
2000s.
when it was new, and I just don't remember it anymore. But I mean, anyway, the original Pulse, Cairo or whatever, is really great. It's just a great sense of dread throughout the whole
Yeah,
thing. It's really eerie, like to watch alone in the dark. It's really one that gets to you.
The
yeah,
early 2000s, they would just go to the Japan catalog and or no, the Asia catalog of Asian horror and just remake everything. I remember that.
oh
Sorry.
yeah, yeah. After fucking The Grudge and
The
The
Ring.
Ring, yeah.
The Ring is
Yeah.
a great remake. The Ring is, I would say, better than
Sure.
Ringu. It adds more stuff to the story, and it's
Oh
really
yeah,
done. The Ring is
I,
one of my favorite sorts of movies, not just horrors. Like I like movies where, somebody's searching for the truth and trying to get to the bottom of something. I like movies like that anyway. So anything that has that kind of plot, I can usually get behind, even if it's not very good. But The Ring's quite good. Too bad
but
The Ring 2 is just a boring, horrible retread
they did
with
the same thing
all
with
the
Ju-on.
gone.
Ju-on
Ju-on, yeah.
was really good, and then the Grudge was really good too. But my two of my favorites, like you said, you like Pulse more than me, even though I like the film. But Shudder, that's my
Shudder's
favorite
really
That's a great
movie.
movie too.
And
They
then
did
the
a remake
remake,
too, right?
One of the few Thai movies I've seen. I've only seen about 4 or 5 Thai movies. That might be the best Thai movie I've seen.
yeah, and what I was getting at is that's the one that kills me the most is the Shudder remake. Oh my God, stay away.
Never saw that.
I've seen it. I don't know why I watched the remakes, but I did. I'm an idiot or a glutton for punishment, I guess.
Yeah, well, so am I about some things
I
too.
mean, I don't know. It's like I want them to be good, but they never are.
Because I mean, so many shitty horror movies I've watched over the last few years that have
Like,
come out.
Dark Water had Jennifer Connelly in it.
I saw some of that.
It wasn't terrible, but it was just a direct remake. Jessica Alba was in The Eye.
Yeah, that's not a bad remake, but the original again is much better. It's the Chinese
the
movie.
original was
I haven't seen
amazing.
that in 100 years, and that's a really great movie. Really, again, it has a lot. It reminds me a bit of Cairo. It has a lot of that sort of
That's the
atmosphere kind of feeling, I guess is what I mean.
the Pang brothers. Is that who did that?
I'd have to check. I can't remember.
Yeah, they did quite a few of those Eye movies, and most of them are pretty good.
Didn't see any sequels.
But they did Mirrors, of course. That's a remake of Into the Mirror.
I haven't seen either.
Oh, so many I'm forgetting about, but yeah.
Yeah, at the very end of the 90s, into the mid 2000s, there was a nice horror boom of Asian horror. I mean, they're still good at Asian horror, but it's just not as much in right now. It's not as fad as much as it was. There's a whole bunch of Korean horror that I keep not watching.
Yeah.
Like The Wailing and stuff like that.
I haven't seen that either. I need to watch that. It's so
watch it
long.
now. It's only 2.5 hours long. They're 2 hours and like 40
That's
minutes.
why I haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it too.
I need to watch it.
But I haven't even watched Train to Busan, which everybody in the world has seen but me.
Nope, I haven't seen it, Cole. I'm with you, buddy.
But I think they're already doing a sequel to that, aren't they?
I don't know. I know they're doing an American remake of I Saw the Devil.
It's another
Thankfully,
one.
Spike Lee's not doing it.
They should name it I Saw My Bank Account.
As much as I dislike Spike Lee, like the what is it, Old Boy remake isn't terrible. It's just again completely unnecessary. Like
I'm not going to watch it.
No,
I really don't like Spike Lee at all.
I don't like him either. Black Klansman looks kind of interesting. It's the first thing of his that I've been interested in forever.
I don't like the way he. I don't know.
I don't like the way he does most things.
I don't like the way he approaches things and touts himself in the Hollywood circles.
Oh yeah, he's a big attention whore. Which drives me nuts. You guys have heard me talk about this before, but one day I remember I didn't have anything. What? Yes, that's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. So one day I had nothing to do, and I was watching some 31 and 31s or whatever they're called, or 30 and 30s ESPN things because they're only on Netflix. It's not. We never had them on TV.
Oh shit!
Because on ESPN, right? And I told you I watched the one about that playoff series between the Indiana Pacers and the New York Knicks. And there's two things to take away from it as somebody who didn't know that stuff or the players. One is that Reggie Miller was like maybe the most clutch player of all time. Has anybody ever scored when it mattered like he did? I mean, holy shit.
I'm sure LeBron and Kobe could probably come close, but yeah.
Yeah, but they did it more just by being overwhelmingly awesome because they kind of always are, right?
Reggie carried the whole team, though. That's the thing.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, the other thing, of course, was just like, I mean, I already didn't like Spike Lee, but I had no idea like what a crazy ass he was. Like, he made the whole thing about himself, even though all he is a spectator. He's just an idiot sitting in the stands, but he's a rich, famous idiot that can sit right at the court. And oh my God, he should be ashamed of himself. He's an embarrassment. He's like, Reggie, like, Jesus Christ. And they even have to talk about it on the announcers. And it's not their fault. They can't ignore it. They have to acknowledge it because you have this stupid, insane celebrity on the sidelines screaming his head off. Oh my God, what an embarrassment!
Well, it became Spike Lee versus Reggie.
Yeah.
Instead of
and they were writing articles and stuff about like it's like and what's his name scored in Game 5. But anyway, that doesn't matter. It's about but stupid Spike Lee. I don't know. He did. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I never would have guessed you would have watched that.
It was just, I sort of picked it at random. I had no idea that Spike Lee was going to be in it, but it was an interesting revelation. But I was going to say, I don't know. What's funny is like I love Edward Norton, And so usually when he stars in a movie, I already go in wanting to like it. And I wanted to like 25th Hour, and I hate every fucking second of it.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, if I looked lately, twice in the last like just little while, I read 2 separate lists where they were listing like best crime dramas of the 21st century, and it was on both lists. I was like, what the? I don't know. I found nothing to like about that movie. It was just a long, sort of slow march to nothing. It's like, oh, he's going to go to jail now. He has to go to jail, so first he has to visit his friends and talk. Okay, that's about it.
I know I talk the most, but we have to start soon. But I just want to say, what's called? I just remember watching 30 for 30, King's Ransom with Wayne Gretzky, and you were like, Orc, if you say one fucking word, I'm like unfriending you and blocking you from everything. You're like, check your privilege, you fucking piece of shit. You never even skated on ice skates, you fucking.
Doesn't sound like me. Did I say those awful things?
Obviously, I'm exaggerating, but you're like, don't fucking say anything. You.
What? Wait a minute.
I think I just wanted to get it. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. This has to be the greatest moment in Orc's life. I just wanted to jump on here real quick and point out that this has got to be, one of the high points in Orc's life. You guys are doing a live commentary for Grave Encounters.
We wanted to give him his moment.
It is like, because we're not doing 2, which is dog shit. I love the first one though.
Don't say never.
Never. How about that?
It's like 1:00 in the morning here. I've laid down to go to bed, and I turn on YouTube, and what do I see? A Grave Encounters live commentary, and I go, Orc has got to be on here, and sure enough, he is. And Orc, congratulations! I know this is a dream come true for you. It's been a long road, and I'm so happy for you, man.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you could join us, but you have such a successful lifestyle, Pizzelle. You can't be here for my crowning moment and achievement.
Well, I wanted to take a brief part in this great moment of yours.
No, just a part, because you don't value our friendship, Piz. So you're just gonna fucking leave, just like a soy boy cuck. Because that's all you are, Piz. That's all you are.
I have no idea what a soy boy means.
You should be more positive at this moment.
Show yourself, Pizzelle. Show me in your bed of your California King mattress.
But anyway, congratulations. Like I said, it's been a long road, and it's led to this moment. So, congratulations, Godspeed.
Mostly, we're just curious. We want to hear what he thinks is good about it. Is really why we're doing it.
Well,
basically, Orc, you have arrived. I mean, this is your moment to shine.
Yep. Ascended into Jesus. I'm Kanye West, but white. So. Yep.
So even better than Kanye West. I'm kidding.
Well, I can't say that because that'd be white and privilege. But all right, can we just start before I say something that's gonna get me killed, like I always do? Okay,
I'm the one who said it, but anyway, sure. Let's.
All right, Piz, get your player. Pause at all zeros.
I'm out, guys. Have a good one. Take care.
Have a good one.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, disembodied voice.
Ah, fuck.
All right,
you guys all heard that too, right? I didn't imagine that.
We're
Euros.
We're actually watching this on Shudder, and I believe it's on Canadian Netflix.
I am watching on Canadian Netflix.
So we're on all zeros as usual, and I'm going to count down from 3, and we're going to press play. So 3, 2, 1, play.
Mine's probably up too loud.
And we've got the Tribeca logo popping up.
I've got Twin Engine Films.
Hopefully it doesn't throw anything off too bad.
This is so stupid. I thought this was on Shudder for Cole. It's fucking. I really hate how they have to split everything up.
Let me know when it actually starts something, Cole, because we may have
Mine's already started. Guys talking.
Mine's on Darklight.
Yeah, Darklight.
Yeah, I'll wait. He's talking about tornado trackers.
You may want to just pause it for like maybe 2 or 3 seconds.
All right, it's zooming in on
Right
Jerry
here.
Hartfield, sorry.
Okay, good. Mine's still too loud, sorry. Okay. Ghost sightings.
Best movie of all time right here.
Grave
Time for you to learn what a good movie is
there,
called.
he's encountering a grave. He's encountering a grave. He just walked up to a gravestone.
Yep.
Oh, good editing here.
It's very, very, very well done. So good. Amazing.
Is mine too loud? I keep turning it down.
John Carpenter, right? I mean, that's
What's
what
that?
you. If you didn't know who the director was, which you don't, and I don't either, you'd think it was Carpenter. At least.
Yeah, this is a Canadian film?
I hope so.
Well, you said it was.
I don't know. You're okay though. You got Cronenberg and Ginger Snaps. Those are my jams.
Because Canada does do a lot of low-budget horror movies over the years. From
And
the
then
Golden
you guys
Age right up to now. So if you said this was Canadian, I believe you. I just didn't know.
No, I have no idea either. But you guys always have the best shooting locations, whether it's Curse of Chucky or it's Vancouver and it's New York and Vancouver. We
don't so much have the best shooting locations as we have ones that can look like the United States but are cheaper. And yes, this is a Canadian horror film, as it turns out.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Written and directed by Colin Minahan and Stuart Ortiz. I tried to look them up, but they don't even have articles, so I can't. So I assume they're Canadian. So yeah, so obviously they're the Canadian version of John Carpenter. Clearly, I mean, that's what we got here. Some old school. Let's see where it was shot. I think it was shot in British Columbia.
So really, this whole entire creepy-ass hospital is in BC? Damn.
Yeah, this is Riverview Hospital, which actually is a real mental institute, and in Coquitlam, BC.
How far away is that from Vancouver? Do you have a good idea, or pretty close, or?
Coquitlam. Holy shit, let me think.
I'm not really. I mean, Grave Encounters visiting film locations isn't really at the top of my list, but just in case I was strolling by.
I don't know. It's not that close to Vancouver, really.
Dude, if we all go to a convention for the Sausage
Vancouver's
Factory,
on the coast. Coquitlam's well inland. That's about all I know. I'm not exactly an expert on BC.
That would be a lot of fun to do, though. I don't get jealous often, but when people go to like film locations, I'm like, that's pretty cool. That'd be a lot of fun to do, if we had tons of expendable cash and shit like that.
Well, I mean, I have the opportunity to go to one, and it's a really, really good one. But I wanted Ryan to help me because I don't know how to do it without him.
No, but My Bloody Valentine, that's not on the same tier as like Back to the Future, the mall.
Well, no, but I mean, it's pretty good for something that's like right in not my backyard where I live, but where I'm from. I mean, as something that's easily accessible. No, of course it's not. Yeah. But I mean, in horror movies, it's pretty up there.
Rangers, baby, woo, Texas.
So yeah, this is a real mental hospital, so I guess they went for that.
But I mostly envy people, like I said. But the main thing that makes me jealous is when people go to a lot of those locations and they're just like, "I got $500,000. Let's go just all around North America and go to film locations." I'm like, I'm glad they uploaded to YouTube. But when someone's like, "I'm at the barn that burnt down for Friday the 13th Part 3," I'm like, I fucking hate you.
Well, I mean, you don't need a lot of money to do those things. I mean, most of them. To travel, yeah, but
yeah, to travel because a lot of it's, for example, let's just stick with Friday the 13th. The first two are in New Jersey and Connecticut, respectively, but then everything else, like there's one in Alabama, or was it Louisiana, Part 7, and then all the rest were in California. So that's the Northeast, the Southeast, and then the West. Just
Part
for
8's in Canada.
Yeah,
Oh, Vancouver too. Yeah.
Vancouver. I think part 7 maybe in
Vancouver.
Georgia.
The
Was it
worst
Georgia?
double for New York ever.
Eh,
Well, I don't know, maybe.
I did notice when I was a kid.
I like how he says Babe Ruth, the famous baseball player.
I was more surprised at all the syringes and crack vials on the ground in Vancouver. It's like, man, that's a bad area.
It is.
Man, if I had a shit ton of money and I could own a house in Canada, Vancouver, but especially British Columbia soon.
Why?
From what I hear,
Because of their pussy climate?
pussy climate, but I like big cities, and where you currently reside is nice, but Toronto and Vancouver are like the mecca. It's like LA and New York, but for Canada, at least from what I've heard.
They're big cities. I would disagree with them being meccas, if anything. But yes, they are major cities.
We can't say
Yeah.
Mecca. That's too racist, guys. Come on.
Well, I just meant in the context of them being something that everybody really likes or seeks out. I mean, they are major cities, yes. And I mean, in a country as small as Canada, how many major cities do we have? 6 or 7. We don't have too many. And yeah, Toronto is our biggest city. And they're kind of like our New York in that they think they're better than us and we hate them. Right? It's kind of like the U.S.'s relationship with New York. New Yorkers all think their city's so special, and they're so special, and they're so great. Well, Toronto's kind of the same. Toronto's kind of the Canadian equivalent of that.
It is, and we are. Yep, I can contest to both of those.
The difference is at least New York is New York, whereas Toronto just wants to be New York.
Heard it's a fun place.
Toronto? Sure, it's okay. I wouldn't want to live there.
Yeah, the people who shit on it's not just because I'm from New York, but the people who shit on New York City. I can understand if you shit on New York State, but New York City, it's like, have you ever been to the Empire State Building or the Statue of Liberty or like Yankee
I've been to
Stadium?
New York, but I didn't go to either of those. Not a big landmark person.
I mean, but yeah, but I mean, just being in New York City and any of the boroughs, it's you'll never experience anything like it. It's insane.
It's fun. I enjoyed my time there, but I just mean you have to understand. Again, I think we talked about this. New York is arguably the most famous city in the world, so obviously there's a lot of people that have a lot of opinions on it. So you can be like, "Oh, if you hate New York, well, I mean, obviously, of course, it's going to be hated. It's so
Say
famous.
either New York or Paris, probably.
Anything that's famous.
London, maybe.
We need to start popping out more kids, though. I mean, Mexico's the biggest city. Mexico City. I don't like that, man. New York needs to.
Tokyo has more now.
Yeah.
Tokyo has more now.
Oh, Tokyo?
Tokyo has surpassed Mexico in the last 10 years.
So, wait, it's Tokyo, Mexico City, then New York is third? Whoa, damn, we're slacking. We got to pop out more kids.
I think New York is like 4th.
What? Oh, my God. Well, I'm just kidding.
What's third?
Okay, hold on. Let me just check this out.
Belgium.
We'll go by metropolitan area, right?
What's the... man. Never mind. I was just going to say probably somewhere in maybe Pakistan or India. They've got to be getting close, right?
Oh, yeah. India is going to overtake China.
Oh, are they not already? Yeah, I knew it was very close.
Which is terrifying. They're so much more small than China. They are so overpopulated. And there's a place, as much as I love Asia, I don't need to ever go to India. And that's not against their culture or anything like that. I just mean I don't need to go there and like choke on the seething mass of humanity there. That's
I work with a lot of Indians from India, and
so they can tell you how hot and crowded it is.
They're like, you don't ever want to go there.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
like they're like that's why we're here.
Nothing against the Indian people or their culture or anything like that. I just mean I don't want to be in a place where like space is that much of a premium. As a Canadian, I am very used to wide open spaces.
They're like we still have the plague. Like that's the only place on Earth where the plague still exists.
They live on in Delhi and stuff, like they live on the most polluted river in the entire world. And there are, yes, still, and think about it. It's the most polluted river in the entire world, and there are still multiple like cities and towns that actually get their water from there to drink. Like, ugh.
I like India as a country, but when I just see them surpassing China for how big they are, it just makes me think of just people just fucking each other all day long. I don't know. Does that make me a bad person?
Well, I mean, that's how you get people.
We have 10 kids. Let's have 20. All right, let's go. How do you feel about popping out a few more? Go.
Well,
Man,
I mean, look at Pakistan, just based on land mass versus population. Man, it's nuts there too.
Yeah.
Or
Pakistan, I should say.
Pakistan,
you know what I'm saying?
Pakistan.
That's what I'm saying.
I know exactly what you're saying. God damn it, Jay.
Do you know what country is the opposite of that, which has like the least people per like area or whatever?
Canada?
Mongolia.
Canada's got to be close, though, right? I mean, in all seriousness.
Because we have a huge area. It's funny. We also have like the more coastline than any other country in the world. It's not
really.
Yeah, Indonesia's second, and they're not even close. But the difference is most of our coastline is just frozen tundra way the hell up north where nobody is. It's not exactly beachfront property.
Indonesia.
I don't know. But you guys have all that land, and you won't hang on to our missiles and fucking nukes. What the fuck is up with that, Cole?
We want your fucking oil.
Yeah. Pipeline. Fuck it. Let's go.
Nukes make us a bit nervous. What can I say?
Take our
nukes. You have so much oil in Alberta that fucking...
We have to hold on to more oil now that Saudi Arabia is in a hissy fit with us.
Yeah, but I mean, you have so much oil in Alberta, even the Middle East is like, god damn. So you gotta hook us up.
That's not something I'm proud of, by the way. I hate that. Alberta oil sands is like a blight on the planet, and I'm extremely saddened and ashamed of it.
I knew of the Edmonton Oilers just because of the fucking hockey team name, but until you showed me the pictures, I was like, holy fucking shit. I thought Alberta was just fucking Wayne Gretzky and Connor McDavid and Bret Hart. I didn't fucking know it was a bunch of fucking oil fields. Jesus Christ.
It's a literal scar on the planet is what it is. It's disgusting. But, you know, lots of energy, lots of jobs. So I get it. People say, oh, you want to get rid of it? And I don't know, but just look at it. It's awful. It's not what we're supposed to do to the planet. I mean, I don't think I'm all Greenpeace hippie to say that you shouldn't, like, rape the planet in that fashion.
Safe to say we've all Googled a lot of images in our lives, you know? You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, that was one of them where I was it still sticks with me to this day. I was like, holy shit. Some of those pictures that are taken by, like, professional photographers, I was like, god damn.
You mean the oil sands?
Yeah, all of that part of Alberta.
I know. It looks like it's fucking Mars or something. Anyway, so they're in the house. Not the house, the institute. There's a guy with glasses on. So he.
I like this camera right here. It's really unique.
So this guy is doing a little bit of lawn maintenance, and he knows what's up.
Crap, I must be ahead of you guys, because for me, they're walking through the halls with the guy with sunglasses.
You're like only about 10 seconds.
I'll stop it for a little bit again.
This
the sunglasses guy on the
sunglasses guy just pulled his sunglasses off. Now he's walking through the hall. And Zach Baggins is still there.
Frodo Baggins?
This is like definitely a ripoff of the paranormal what is it, Orc? The stupid show that's been on forever with the dude bros who
Ghost Hunters?
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. That's one thing I could never get into, and there's a lot of those shows. Like I mainly dug like Auction Hunters, Storage Wars, Pawn Stars. That was my jam. I never got into, you know, the ghost shows. I mean, if I want to see ghosts, I'll just watch Insidious or some shit. Like insert Del Toro movie here where he's a producer.
You gotta respect shows where they look for stuff that just doesn't exist and it goes on forever. Like the Hunting Bigfoot show was on for like 8 seasons, and it finally ended.
Spoiler.
There's a spoiler. They didn't find him. So it was 8 seasons of nothing.
That was what people talked about on Sunday at Jay's church when he was growing up, man. It wasn't football talk, man. It was like, holy shit, they found him. He was like, no fucking way.
Bigfoot's in Mississippi.
Right now.
We got him.
We got him.
No, they did not find him. No matter how many like peanut butter and banana sandwiches that fat bastard brought out to feed him, they did not find him.
Is that what they did?
What was his name? Tater or some shit.
When that show was big, peanut butter and jelly skyrocketed, and so did Jack Link's beef jerky. The Sasquatch is still their mascot.
I swear.
Yeah. Do you see the commercials where he's with Brent Burns? You don't have that, Orc?
I think I might have seen one, but I heard about.
I know Orc knows Brent Burns.
Yeah, I love Brent Burns. He's awesome.
Yeah, so they have commercials where he and Sasquatch are hanging out together because he looks just like him.
Oh, well,
it's actually pretty funny. So,
I may have seen one, but no, it's not like really popular here in the States if we have it.
Oh, yeah, well, Brent Burns plays for the San Jose Sharks, but he is known because he's a massive hairy man with a beard that comes down to like his chest. He's like 6'6", and he's covered in tattoos, and he's just like this big hairy monster with a crazy mountain man beard.
And he's got a tooth missing up front, and it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
He's like,
well, that's. I didn't think to mention that because that's just sort of par for the course.
Goes without saying,
players. Right? He doesn't have the teeth, but yeah. Hi, Wednesday.
It's kind of like a boxer without cauliflower ears, or a MMA fighter.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta really fuck yourself up to prove you're for real.
That was the best part about the first Expendables movie when they just kept like breaking Randy Couture's balls about it. He's like, no, it's a fighting thing or something, and they're on a boat killing a bunch of terrorists, and he's got like a little like fucking like Rice Krispie ear, fucking like a what
I remember that a lot better than I do. I remember none of the dialogue.
Me either.
I remember action scenes, sure, but I don't remember anything that was said by anyone to anything, except of course the line from Dolph Lundgren to Jet Li, "Bring it, Happy Feet." That's the only line of dialogue I remember.
Those Expendable movies are absolute fucking shit. I don't care what anybody says.
And I love all three of them because they're so.
What's weird is the second one is the one I dislike the most, and that's the one with JCVD, and I love him, but he's just.
I just love when all these jacked old guys get really like mad, or they get into an intense scene, and then their faces like they do the Stallone thing where their mouth moves to the side. But for Lundgren, like he's the Swedish specimen, like perfect specimen, pretty much. But like you'll just see him. This is how he looks in the movies when Lundgren gets mad. He's like,
no one can see your face, Orc. I can only see like the top of your head.
When he talks, you can see. There he is. Oh.
Okay.
It wasn't my fault. Just like.
Yeah, I remember like some of the action sequences, but I don't remember any dialogue. Those movies weren't exactly well written. Not that that's what they're for.
My apologies to and all two of you watching. If that I didn't mean to pull a B movie mic.
When that the first movie came out, like I'm the target audience for that.
Yeah, sure.
Movie. And
I remember all those guys.
The first one, I've only seen the first one. I haven't seen the other like 6. I know Chuck Norris was in one.
They did 3, and they're enjoyable movies, even though they were stupid as shit. But Creed 2 is coming out on Thanksgiving. Well, here in America anyway.
I couldn't even get through Creed. I was bored by it.
But then there will be a Rambo 5, which will be called Rambo or some shit, because I don't know how they title anything.
Yeah, it is going to be called Rambo.
And Rambo Marco Polo. Rambo Polo. But I'm excited. I want to see him get on, instead of a 50 cal or whatever the fuck he was on in the last one where babies were getting thrown into fire and shit. I want to see him just get in a wheelchair with nitro or something and just go ham. Just some country.
And I started following Stallone on the Instagram.
Fuck yeah.
My dad is the same age as Stallone, right?
Yeah.
My dad, like, having a good day, like, going to eat at the Waffle House, for breakfast, like that's his day. Stallone, like, was doing, like, up-downs and shit like a fucking 18-year-old on the football team. Like, I don't know what's going on, but my dad needs some of whatever the hell he's been eating because...
It's cool that Schwarzenegger and Lundgren and JCVD, as a lot of people like to call him, and Stallone can stay in good shape, and that's awesome. But when people like Marky Mark do it, and then they hashtag every branch of our military. I'm like, bro, come on. Like he's like 4 a.m. club. We're here. We're putting in the work. I'm not in the Funky Bunch anymore. Let's get at it, guys. I'm just
You're
like,
an
come
actor.
on. Yeah, I like Mark Wahlberg a lot as an actor, but at some point, like, how much can you ham it up? Seriously, I know you want your brother's failing burger chain to do well. Come on, but
Oh man,
let's be
that's a
real.
whole nother show right there.
I know, and he's got to promote it. He bought his first car dealership in Ohio, of all places. I don't know how much fucking illegal drugs he's trafficking through there, but I mean, yeah, he's like, come to the Wallaburger Chevrolet where you can get a nice burger and buy your Camaro, and I'm like, I just don't get it anymore.
I'd
I
go
guess I
there.
don't dislike him as an actor. He just plays the same part in every movie, really. He's not exactly a versatile guy. Not that I'm holding that against him, because there's plenty of actors like that.
He's not going to go winning any Oscars or anything.
But
He's
there's
just,
being honest,
he's sort of the male lead hero guy, basically.
no, he's second to The Rock, but he tries to be the first, and then he shells a bunch of shit just because he wants to get more fame and more money. He puts out like every branch of the military, all of his sponsors, and he's like, I'm in the 2:30 a.m. club. I'm like, sorry, Marky
I don't
Mark,
think that's for money. I think that's because he's a big wannabe, is what he is. He's an actor who loves to like play tough guys, that wishes he was like a real hero tough guy. All his roles are like crazy wish fulfillment. How many times has he played a real life hero? He's like he's in one about the Boston Marathon bombing. He's in one about the oil rig thing explosion. He's always about like some sort of common everyman that like transcends himself and becomes like this crazy hero. He's in like 15 of those, and at least 3 or 4 are based on real life and real events. This is the man that said like if he'd been on one of the planes during 9/11, he would have stopped the whole thing himself. He did actually eventually apologize and walk back those comments, but still, it shows the kind of guy he was, right?
If I was on that plane, I would have 9/11 that terrorist.
Exactly.
But I understand thanking sponsors or liking the military or liking a religion, but he'll hashtag like 50 fucking things. I'm like, how much dick do you want to suck before you get that extra zero in your bank account, fam? I would say that right to his face.
A lot of it's about attention and just,
Well, he's
like
building
I
a fan base, man. Like seriously.
Yeah, I like him as an actor too, but I'm like, you were never in the military, as far as I know anyway. You were in a shitty 80s boy band, and you'll never be The Rock. I'm sorry. It's the truth.
No.
And I have 5 chins.
I don't really think The Rock is better than him. Like, The Rock might be more popular than him, but I mean, it's not a comparison I make. I don't think, he wishes he was as good as The Rock. I don't think The Rock's that great.
They're
about
similar.
even.
Like, they write parts for both of them. Either can take, It's not like I need a, 5 inches taller and, Momoan or whatever.
Did that Rock Tower movie come out yet, or what? What happened to that? Did it, like, bomb or something? Jeez, I didn't hear that. It looked like the biggest fuck you to Die Hard I've ever seen in my life.
I was going to go see it, and I couldn't get the movie pass to work.
It never seemed to show up at my theater.
Oh.
It must have, because he's a big draw, obviously. So I don't know. It's not like I was really...
Was that it?
Yeah, Skyscraper. Because all it is like Die Hard, but like on crazy steroids. It's like even crazier, higher, more high-tech building. Even crazier stakes, because his whole family's involved. And of course, you used to have stupid little John McClane, his bald-ass head. Here's The Rock with his bald-ass head, and he's like 10 times bigger and stronger. Like, the whole thing to me was just like a pumped-up Die Hard.
I haven't seen a movie since March till now for the summer movie-going season, just for various reasons. But I think the first movie I'm going to test drive to see is The Nun before Predator comes out. Because I'm interested in both of those, even though Predator will probably actually have value.
I think the 2 Conjuring movies are good, but I don't care about the dumb crap that spins off it.
I mean, Juan isn't directing it, but if he's touching it and he's a producer, I'll give it a watch. It's just my rule. If Juan is associated.
I got to explain what nuns are based off that fucking trailer to my kids.
Shit.
They're like, "What's a nun?" I'm like, "No."
I'm like, they're just women who are dead
shit out of your mind. Why are they so scary?
And you're a bad parent because here's how you should have replied. Have you ever seen Sister Act, ladies?
Yeah.
Girls, have you ever seen Sister Act?
They haven't seen both Sister Acts. They have? I guess they forgot.
Remember Whoopi Goldberg? She wasn't a real nun, but she was hiding out from the mob.
She was a fake nun.
Remember?
She was a lounge singer nun.
And then now she's on The View. All right,
Yep.
girls, don't watch The View because that show's for fucking people who aren't.
I'll give this movie credit in that it has a lot of great static shots of empty hallways. I don't know if there's any movie that can compare to static shots of empty hallways with night vision.
I'm gonna have to leave in a few minutes here, just momentarily. But I think this movie, the first one, fuck the second one. I think Grave Encounters, the first film, is actually better than Session 9.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Session 9 is a better film, but that movie had so much hype in probably 2010 or 11 when I saw it, and I watched it on Netflix streaming. It was one of the first things I watched when I first started using Netflix streaming, and I saw it and I was like, okay, there's some shocking imagery, and I can see why people really enjoy this movie. But I wasn't on the edge of my seat at all in that movie. It's just one of the things that just passes me over. I liked it.
I don't even remember it. Is that the one with David Caruso?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's all I remember was that he was in it. I don't remember anything that happened or anything.
But there's a few movies that people just...
He was part of like a cleanup crew or something? I don't know.
They were cleaning up the asbestos.
Yeah.
There's some movies that people really enjoy, and I just don't understand why. I like them, but I don't jizz all over the place, uncontrollably, like I'm Peter North over here or some shit.
Jizzing all over the place is maybe an overstatement. I mean, I like the movie.
No, I don't know if
that's a good classic reference, though, or Peter North. That's good.
Yeah. Proud Nova Scotia. God bless.
Our viewers will appreciate a classic reference like that.
Well, if they know who he is, then we've got some good fans that I like to meet at a convention, for sure, in a hotel. And just kidding. Anyways, back to the...
Sign my dick.
Okay. Sorry, I had a moment where I forgot where I was. I have that thing.
Sign my freebase pipe.
But Session 9 and Martyrs are definitely the top two that people go apeshit over. And I'm like, okay, I like the films, but I don't get the whole, like, I'm shooting blanks because there's nothing left, because I love jerking off to this movie so much.
Session 9 is one I saw before anybody ever mentioned it.
Yeah.
Well before 2011, and I was surprised at how good it was. That's why I always recommended it to people. But
I'll have to watch it again, and I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. I don't even know how many years, many years, and I don't remember it. I give it another watch.
I feel like the story's been done so much since then.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the fourth Hatchet
they're in a
movie.
room and it's cold, loud bang. What the fuck was that?
But it's the same with the Hatchet movies. I know we all have the same opinion, roughly, and I can watch the first three. I haven't seen the fourth. I will when I'm feeling really suicidal.
I forgot. They made a fourth?
They made a fourth, yep.
Like
it's just called Victor Crowley. Yep.
See, I kind of have to see it because, to me, they got worse and worse. Like, the first one, I was like, that is so bad. Then I saw the second one, I was like, how did they make one even worse? Then I saw the third one, I was like, that's, like, it's kind of amazing in a way that they can keep lowering because it's already so low to start.
But this makes me sound like a hipster, I guess, but I don't understand, excluding James Wan and maybe Ty West, I don't understand the love for all of these new horror directors. Eli Roth is not a master of horror. I'm sorry. You know who is? Carpenter, and you should give him all your money so he can get the best healthcare America could an American could possibly get in Beverly Hills. Like, let's be real here.
Pretty good in Beverly Hills. I'd assume it's top notch there.
Oh yeah, you can have your own fucking hospital come to you. Shit.
Well, I mean, as long as you're a zillionaire.
Was a director of any other genre of film, he would still be making movies.
Yeah.
And all these guys directed till they died, literally.
All right, they're trying to contact a spirit.
So Drake has shown up. He's not happy.
The worst rapper of all time. I wouldn't say he's the worst artist, but rapper for sure. Thank you, Canada. Thank you for Deadmau5, though. I love you guys. I fucking hate Drake so much. And there's no reason for me. There's no reason for me to, but his beats and his raps suck ass. They are so fucking bad. He doesn't even try. And he's fucking, I'm sorry, he's from Canada. he's Obama black, and I voted for Obama twice, so I'm gonna fucking say it, okay? And he just can't rap, and he can't produce anything.
Are you trying to say he's not black enough to be a rapper?
No, because Obama was black enough to be our president, and I enjoyed him for the 8 years he was in office. Okay,
Well, I'm getting really confused about the way you judge how good a rapper is and how good.
Want to know who a great, and you're probably gonna laugh as I say this, Cole, but it's true. Who a great African American / black rapper and producer is, one that's like God tier. Kanye West is fucking God tier. Drake isn't even at preschool yet. Not even close. He's not even enrolled.
So would you say that how good is Drake as good a rapper as like what president? Like James Madison maybe? Or
Oh man.
Benjamin Franklin was dope as fuck.
I gotta go with Teddy Roosevelt just because he was a badass. Yeah.
Taft. I'd say Taft.
Taft, yeah.
Taft's my favorite, by the way. He's my favorite president.
Oh,
Badass.
Like,
Because he's the
black enough
baddest.
to be our president. That's an amazing quote.
But I'm sorry, man.
If only
Bieber.
Trump was blacker.
I'm thankful you guys, made a thing out of Bieber. But yeah.
This goth chick doing the mean mug at the camera is getting really old. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, they were big movies for a while too. There's one in Halloween Resurrection.
Mm-hmm.
There's one in Blair Witch 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like a good hot chick as much as the next guy, but you can only have resting bitch face for so long, Because some chicks just naturally have resting bitch face, but they're actually really cool people. So you can't really judge them on their bitch face, is what I'm saying.
I haven't known any, but I'll take your word for it.
Oh man, you gotta move to a bigger city.
Oh, someone's grabbing her hair. Did you get that? Somebody touched her hair.
Like real talk.
It did not have consent. It did not have consent.
That's right, buddy.
That's why something tells me you don't need consent, and you're probably not going to be leaving.
Yeah.
That's just the
ghost rape.
Ghost rape. Yeah. Who did it? Casper. He's not a friendly ghost. And you're pregnant.
Well, I mean, look at it this way: like no STDs, no unwanted pregnancies.
No unwanted pregnancy. It's safe. It's safe.
Come on, it's the best kind of rape.
This guy is actually, now that I'm rewatching this for like the third time, he actually reminds me of a poor man's William Dafoe, the like dude with the sunglasses. They couldn't afford like William Dafoe, and they wanted to get someone on the cheap, so they just went with this guy.
Willem?
They couldn't have afforded Willem. They couldn't have. It's Willem.
Oh, Willem. Sorry.
They couldn't afford his nephew for this movie. I don't think.
They couldn't afford like his jacket.
Yeah.
I had a scene bean moment.
Proof of the paranormal.
I had a scene bean moment. I didn't know it was Willem. It's just pronounced U-M.
Yeah.
Willem.
It's spelled that way. It's like E-M, isn't it? W-I-L-L-E-M. Yeah, it's actually Willem. It's not a pronunciation. Yeah. Good old Willem Dafoe. He's who I should have pointed out when I said he's a guy that couldn't. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I agree with that.
He couldn't playfully talk to the camera like John Cusack.
I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah, I agree with that. More than who was it?
John Malkovich.
Yeah.
Stuck on the John thing. I had a shirt a lot like his with a tree. Actually, I have a shirt. If anybody watched like the first couple seasons or episodes from the first couple seasons of The Big Bang Theory, I have the same green shirt with a tree that Leonard wears often. That is something kind of good about the show. And actually, I have to give credit to Seinfeld, because I think Seinfeld's like the first sitcom that actually had the characters wear recurring clothing instead of just having different clothes on all the time, where they were actually like normal people that would wear, sometimes you'd see the same shirt or jacket or whatever. Yeah. But anyway, they do that too on Big Bang, and one of the shirts Leonard, what's his name? Johnny Galecki has is a shirt I have. I haven't worn it forever, but staring at the walls. Oh, now they're talking about there are people who chase Bigfoot, look for Loch Ness their whole lives. That's weird. I haven't actually seen any Loch Ness shows. That seems like there would be a lot to mine there. You know, going out on boats and stuff. At least they have a better excuse for why they can't find the thing instead of Bigfoot.
I'm sure it's the bomb and like hang on, I always get them confused. And Iceland and the UK. Like, we're gonna find him this week. All right. Just
We're
like,
gonna find him, laddie buck.
let him fuck.
Well,
All right,
the
man.
excuse is it's
Fine.
really deep, right?
We're gonna find the Loch Ness, and then we're gonna be rich, and then we'll go to a pub. We'll get a point. You fucking wanker. And then when they say fucking wanker, it bleeps it out.
They bleep out wanker, but they can say cunt all day long.
Oh, I love how Australia and the UK throw around cunt. They're my heroes.
I find it really jarring because that's a word I don't even use.
Dude, you say that to a chick in North America, oh my God, she loses her shit. Just so if you're in an argument with any lady who's like 18 to death, pretty much, just say the word cunt, and say cuck too, and they will lose their fucking minds. Oh
Okay,
my God.
I will never say cuck as long as I live in any context ever, or
Oh, it's so much fun. So much fun.
that's just some bullshit internet word that I will not validate.
What are you
You're
talking-
cunting, mother.
At least cunt is a legitimate like swear or whatever.
Cuck is a word? What are you talking about?
Cuck is just some internet bullshit. It didn't even exist like
Cuck
5
is
years ago.
Cuckold.
It's
Yeah, I know. Cuckold is a word.
oh.
Cuck is not.
Let's dissect this, okay? Let's get to the bottom of it.
Well, Cole's the fucking literary master over here. I'm trying to just enlighten.
I'm saying cuckold is a word, but cuck's
Yeah.
not.
So, Cole, you're a cuck. It's so much fun to say.
Even though it doesn't make any sense, because a cuckold is somebody that is being cheated on.
Cuck is so much fun to say. It makes fag just sound not impressive at all.
It's
That's how
Well,
much
I
your
guess
wife
I guess I can
is right
endorse
here.
that because I'd rather people not say fag.
Your
so
wife
go
is
ahead
right
and say
here
cuck.
getting fucked by another dude, right? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's even like
possibly
a,
African American.
well, I mean that's the branch of porn, but I mean it's a word that's existed forever. Like it's in fucking
Right.
Shakespeare plays and stuff. You know, I've
Yeah.
been made cuckold by that. I don't know. Suddenly my Shakespearean, it's all gone from my head. I used to be so good at that stuff.
Another fun one that I throw around is soy boy. That one's so much fun. I love soy boy.
I can guess what that means by the context. Soy is like soy milk or something, so some sort of fucking
They're
hippie dippy.
Really, really emasculated man.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
They're not even man enough to drink normal milk.
And
like
your wife
Millhouse.
gets fucked like right here on your face by a big
Millhouse is like, I have to drink soy milk. Doctor says the real stuff could kill me. That's the first thing Millhouse ever said to Burr.
Millhouse.
Well, Millhouse is one of the most quoted. Everything's coming up Millhouse. I say that all the time.
Millhouse is literally a soy boy.
Yes,
Yeah.
literally. He's like the best example.
He has like 0 T.
And his dad would be great as a cuck.
Hey, what? Was it Milton or
Kirk. His dad is Kirk.
No, the perfect cuck on The Simpsons is Ned Flanders. I'm sorry. That is the definition.
Ned Flanders is the ultimate masculine man, though.
Ned Flanders, yeah. Ned Flanders is
doors in his bedroom with his wife.
Ned Flanders is one of the reasons why like Christians like The Simpsons, because even though Ned gets made fun of a lot, he's always portrayed in a very positive light. Like he is a nice person. He's a generally good person who does good things.
He's built.
Sometimes
Ladies love him.
The TV set is why Christians like anything on TV in America. So I'll just put it like
Christians hate all sorts of shit. You know that. If you're a super hardcore Christian, it means you hate this. You hate a billion things. You object to it. I'm just saying it's rare for something like The Simpsons to be able to be liked by Christians, but
they just
can
hate
be
it
because of Ned.
Conversations, and then they go home and listen to Slayer. God hates us all. It's the same shit every time. I've seen it tons of times. Yeah, man. I believe in the Lord, and then they fucking have upside down crosses and listen to Slayer and wear all black and fucking.
I'm sure that type of person exists, but I mean, we obviously know there are many real deal, legit, like super Christians out there.
I would
That's
like
all
to meet
I'm
that
saying.
person.
I'm not talking about the fake ones. I'm talking about the real ones.
See, Jay lives in the Bible Belt, and he said, "I'd like to meet that person." That's my proof right there,
A
man.
person who's just, like trying to put on some sort of air that they're extremely Christian, but like listen to
Yeah,
death
that's what I'm
metal
saying.
and
See,
and
that's a much more rare person, is what we're saying.
And plot twist, they're completely faithful. They're a really good, genuinely awesome person, and they don't fuck kids, especially little boys. That would be amazing to see.
Sometimes girls a bit, but I mean the boys, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we gotta. Also, our next show we're gonna be doing Jeepers Creepers 1, 2, and 3 with guest Victor Salva, and he will enlighten us on this topic. So stay tuned.
He did his time.
I've
That's right. I'm a big old Victor Salva apologist because I'm such a fan of his amazing art. So I have to defend him because he's such a brilliant artist.
That's
just
gotta
like
be weird,
just like the people that defend Polanski because he's a brilliant artist. It's the same thing.
You do something crazy, and you rape a kid, and then you enter jail, and everyone knows that, and then some guy's like looking at you, but he's killed 15 people, like 3 families worth, and that just must be like a weird moment. I don't know.
Well, he didn't get killed.
No. I mean, just for people in our shitty prisons, like in general.
Yeah, and it would be very bad to be in prison. It would be even worse to be in prison if you're a convicted pedophile. Pedophile. Yeah, because
and our prisons are the fucking worst. But you guys aren't too shabby up there yourself. You know, you guys have a pretty. You're starting to get pretty epic prisons, from what I hear, anyway.
Here and there. Most of our prisons are like day camps. I mean, yeah, we do have a few, but what's funny is now the biggest one in the province isn't too far from me, and like it's had like a total breakdown, and all sorts of horrible shit has happened at it lately. I guess that's been going on for years that I didn't know about.
Dude, but Sweden, Finland, Norway, they got that shit on. It's like a timeshare place to go to prison. Yeah. Oh my god,
must be working. They don't have much crime.
Michael Moore's latest film, it's the most hilarious thing. He goes to one of the ones in Norway.
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
The guy's cutting up meat with the huge Michael Myers kitchen knife, and he's like,
"Yeah, I give you that." He's like, "Yeah, they give us whatever we need."
That's in the trailer if you guys want to see it. It's funny.
What is it called?
Where to Invade Next. It's actually pretty good, and even though I know, there's the obvious people that really dislike him, especially like if you don't like American, get out. Like the movie is really not about criticizing anything American. The only point of the movie is going to other countries and saying, "Oh, look, here's something they do pretty well. Maybe we should try to do that." So I don't know. It must be like the least controversial of his movies, I would have to think, because all he's doing is visiting countries and saying, "Oh, look, it's good that they have like more vacation time in Italy." Like, because I mean, obviously, some other stuff could be like, he did one on gun control and he did one on Bush's presidency and stuff. So I mean, I get how that's all controversial, but this one can't be very controversial. I enjoyed it.
Get out, boy! You on my property? A Stingray Inc. right here, boy. I'll tell you that much right now. But I mean, say what you want, and I know I'm mainly towards his side political wise, I guess, but I love his documentaries. But besides that, and me enjoying them, the way he writes and shoots and edits his documentaries, you can tell why he has the highest grossing documentary of all time and why he's the most successful documentarian easily.
Oh yeah, they're very slick and entertaining.
Yeah,
he definitely has a subject matter that he likes to stick to.
Sure,
yeah, I think
always controversial.
I think in the new one, what I'm going to enjoy more.
Controversy certainly sells.
Yeah.
Take the Trump stuff and shove it aside. What I'm going to enjoy the most in this new one is how he fucked basically his state fucked over his hometown of Flint. And one of the best parts about the trailer is he just takes Flint water and like a tanker, and he shows up to the governor of the mayor of Flint and just sprays it all over his like house and stuff over the gate. That's pretty funny.
The mayor of Flint?
Yeah.
I thought the mayor of Flint was as affected by this as everybody else. I thought he was one of the people begging for it to be fixed. What, the mayor gets his own private source of water or something?
I don't know, but he goes to the house of one of the higher ranking guys in Flint of the town or the city.
I know someone knew about that. I'm not sure who it was, but they were aware of it for many years.
Yeah, they knew, but they just didn't want to say anything about it
They
to
didn't
get
do anything.
reelected. Which that's
Be
so
too
fucked
expensive
up,
to
man.
fix.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's a whole separate deal. Yeah,
that's so fucked up, man. I don't know how you
that's
can
very fucked
live
up.
with being a decent human being when like kids are dying and shit because they're drinking like dog shit in a glass.
It's all about money, man.
Yeah.
Well, back to something you said a long time ago about pedophiles in prison. I saw a documentary on the Polka King, which
Oh yeah.
he actually went to jail for doing like a Ponzi scheme or something like that. But they all thought he was in there for child molestation. So they kept like trying to kill him because they thought he was in there for like raping kids, but he was in there for just like white collar crime, like just like ripping people
That's
off
like the
for money.
worst case scenario.
It's
Like
very bad.
you're in prison and you didn't even do that, but people think that's what you did because
Yeah.
that's like the lowest part on the totem pole, right? That's what the other prisoners want to beat up on even more than each other.
It's like, why don't we just like post that shit somewhere so people don't think that anymore,
But we're fucked up. Doesn't matter what country you're in, to be honest. If you're wrongfully accused and then you get the death sentence, oh my god, how much of a shitty roll of the dice do you have to get in life? Whether you believe in karma or anything like that, or we're all in some computer system somewhere. Oh my
Well, that
god,
does
that's
kind of depend upon what country. 'Cause some countries don't have the death sentence.
yeah, I know, but I'm saying those that do.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Look at that thing. I want to kill
That's like
myself
the
right now.
ultimate miscarriage
Thanks, Jay.
of justice.
So
If an
sad.
innocent person gets put to death, obviously. And we'd like to think it hasn't happened much, but we know of at least of a few cases where it did happen, and a few cases where it almost happened.
There's nothing that makes me happier than an emo boxer face. Shit's hilarious. So, are you happy?
What?
I just give you vanilla ice cream? Look at this. Look. No,
Fuck
more to
no. Fuck no.
look at that. I fucking hate everything. Fuck this.
You're talking about
It's
the
like
guy
me.
smacking against the wall? I see him trying to hit the wall. Is that what you're at? They're all yelling at each other and hitting the wall.
Not quite.
I see a door with graffiti, but my
Yeah.
shit buffered for a second.
I've got 3 of them freaking out in a room, and for a while, one of them was trying to bash his way out.
Sync up with Jay because my shit buffered for like 10 seconds. I'm way behind.
The goth girl is trying to get out of this door that says death awaits.
Somebody just said faggot actor.
Eminem's in this movie? Sweet.
That was me. I said that.
Oh.
All these faggot actors. I've just got 3 of them freaking out in a room. The girl hasn't been seen in a while.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just tired of faggots, to be honest. I really like lesbians, though. But, I don't judge people.
Well, then don't call people faggots.
Well, I mean, I just, it's not a double standard.
All right. Let's.
It's a not good term. Okay, they're all trying to pull on windows.
Why, Cole? Are you trying to hide something from us?
No, I just don't think it's a good word. I think it's a hateful word. I think it's like calling a black person a nigger.
Whoa! No, not even close. Not even close, Cole. Not
Really?
even close.
It's not even close.
If you drop an bomb in the middle of Harlem, and I mean faggot, nothing's gonna happen. You might get a free drink.
All right.
It's different demographics and stuff.
Cole, it is hilarious, and I can't talk. I mean, I grew up near New York City, but I'm not in the South.
Saying,
like
people have been beaten to death and called faggots and stuff like that. I mean,
no. Cole, how you throw around the N-bomb is fucking hilarious.
I don't throw it around.
You just say it like it's fucking like any word in the English dictionary. Oh my god. Canadians are so funny.
What is your goddamn fear of it? I'm not saying you should be out in public saying
I
it.
I don't have a fear. I just hope you don't say it and some guy overhears you in a big ass city by accident.
Why? Again, why would I say it out on the street? I don't think it's a decent or good word. Of course I wouldn't.
Well,
that's my point. It's not a decent, good word. You shouldn't say it to people. I'm not afraid to say it in the privacy of my own home in a conversation.
You're on a fucking internet. You're on an internet broadcast. But just how you drop the N-bomb with an ER at the end just amazes me.
How you're
you got.
afraid to even say it is ridiculous. The word is.
I am not
It's a
afraid to
racial
say it.
slur. It's hate speech.
I am smart not to say it.
See that you only say it because you don't say it because you're afraid. I'm just saying, hate speech is hate speech. That's hate speech. Faggot is hate speech.
I'll just say we are gaining viewers as you guys are talking about this.
Faggots were not
kind of
enslaved.
disturbing.
Your favorite N-word, Cole. Okay, there's a little bit difference there.
Don't turn this into something like I like it or something. I don't like it at all.
No, I understand you're not a fucking racist, but the way how you just drop it with the hard ER, I'm not even cool with it with an A. Holy shit! You just like, well, I went to the coffee shop and got a fucking. I saw.
No,
and
it's not. It's all context. So for God's sakes, yeah, let's just be afraid. Let's burn all the copies of.
No. Don't go down that road. But to even consider that faggot is on the N-word level. Oh my God, Jay, do you understand what I'm saying?
I would say they're probably getting close. Yeah, very close.
Yeah, well, that's fair. That's fair.
Of course, like I said, I'm not saying it's on the level. I'm saying it's the equivalent for the group. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
let's not say either one again for the rest of this time.
Let's not do it. I don't.
Cole,
like
I'll say the F word if you say the N word. Faggot.
Come on, man.
No, see, I'm not
gonna.
Like I said, I'm not gonna. You say, "Oh, I'm surprised," but you said I'm just gonna say it gratuitously. I don't get a kick out of saying it.
Well, I mean, it's just words. And
I mean, either
unless you give them meaning.
I'm not afraid to say the word,
Right,
but again, I would never use it on a person or refer to people that way. Of course not. God, no.
Yeah, but
I'm not going to dance around and be like,
even when you're explaining a movie or something, just how you just drop it like once every month is just amazing to me. Like,
let's all go over our favorite derogatory terms for races of people.
No, I don't think that's a good road to go down.
Well,
don't, or
are faggots a race, or
don't?
That's not a race, Orc.
Okay, well then I guess that ends that conversation. But I like wetback. That's my favorite.
Okay.
Yep. Subscribe now. Don't forget to tap the bell. Also, these guys are great and they actually have good discussions. So go to MDPD for that channel. So I guess a bunch of people are dead. What happened? Holy shit.
You tell us.
Yeah, I'm lost. I've missed too much of it. All I see is them wandering around the hallways. The lights are out. Oh, the girl's back. See, this is what I can't get out of these movies. They just keep hearing, what the fuck is that? What is that? What's that? What was that?
You know, it'd be awesome if we just got featured on some mainstream news site and they linked our stream. But then, of course, they cut it up and made it so we're all racist.
Yeah, there's always the danger of that, sure, if you're using some sort of derogatory term.
I say the term I said and you drop an M-bomb and they're like, has Internet Hangouts gone too far? They've got their coffee and shit. Oh my God, I'd gladly get killed by a Spanish person if that happened. That'd be awesome.
Well, the thing is, you have to watch an hour and a half of this show to get there. So
yeah.
But that's what it takes.
Anybody watching again isn't going to be upset with me.
Oh, the word. And I thought, okay, now we're back at one.
Have a lot of time, but apparently people have time to watch everything. As far as I'm concerned, Jesus Christ, I watch shit like people who work 60 hours a week. I'm like, oh yeah, did you watch that whole new season of Game of Thrones? And they're like, yeah, man, that was awesome. I was like, okay.
I watched my longest YouTube video the other day because I had to stay up. I had to be up, and I found what was it, Game 4 of the 1996 conference finals between the Penguins and the Capitals, which was a game that went to quintuple overtime. It's the fifth longest game in NHL history, and they had the whole thing. Well, all the game part, at least. But luckily, not the in-between period stuff, or it'd be even longer. But they had the whole thing on somebody's YouTube channel. I watched it. It's pretty crazy. Peter Nedved scored the overtime goal, by the way, in that game. The Penguins won.
How do overtime rules work in hockey?
Instead of flipping a coin, they pour maple syrup into a glass, and they see which one.
I hate what they've done to it in the regular season because now, so hockey's 5-on-5, but then they used to do in a regular season game, if it went to overtime, it'd only be a 5-minute overtime. and then it would be 4-on-4. Now it's 3-on-3, which I think is a joke. Now it's 5 minutes of 3-on-3, and if nobody scores there's a shootout. Ever since the 05-06 lockout, there's been shootouts. There used to be ties in hockey until that. I don't know why we had to get rid of ties, but I guess that's another thing that the American public doesn't accept.
Yeah, that seems.
We'll get back to this masterpiece in a second, but I think football should be in the fall, hockey should be in the winter, and instead of spring and summer having baseball, even though I like the sport, that's when basketball should take place.
That sounds good to me.
That would make me. They'd make a lot more money. The NBA would, and so would the NHL. And instead of watching 200 baseball games, if your fucking team makes it to the the World Series, how about we have basketball in the spring and the summer? How about that?
Sounds all right to me.
3-on-3 sounds like really easy to score, right?
Well, yeah, I mean that's the point, right? They really want somebody to score. That's why they did it. Because after they introduced the shootout, people were saying, "Oh, now like the game keeps getting decided by shootout. It's not even like a real game anymore. It's a contest." They're like, "Okay, 3-on-3, because that really opens things up." And now there's you make one wrong move in a 3-on-3, and it's like a breakaway the other way. Anyways,
so you just have a period of time, and it's 3-on-3, and whoever has the highest score after that.
Oh no, it's sudden death. One goal. That's it.
So first score wins.
Yeah.
First goal wins.
Real sudden death. Yeah.
I don't
Goals
like that.
are not nearly as frequent in hockey as they are in other.
Yeah, I understand that.
So
but
yeah,
3-on-3, they're probably much more.
Yeah,
exactly.
So now OT wins are way up there compared to the old days. That's why sometimes you have to put an asterisk now by the things, because it's like, oh, this guy has the most career OT goals. Yeah, well, he played in an era where now there's 3-on-3. The old guys didn't play in that, so a lot of times nobody would score and would just end in a tie and stuff. So
don't you hate that they go around changing the rules?
They made a ton of rule changes in the NHL in the last 15 years, and most of it, I hate to say it, is to appease the American market.
Why do you think that is?
Like I said,
to appease the market, but why? Why would the American market desire a rule change?
You said it yourself, Jay.
Americans don't seem to like ties. They seem confused by them. They hate to see it they don't like soccer. Soccer has ties. Americans, like I said, basketball and baseball don't have ties. Football could theoretically could football have a tie? It just seems so random. Could it happen? Or if it did happen, do they?
Yeah.
It could happen?
Yeah. They used to have them all the time. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's why you have options to go for 2 points.
Right. Yeah. Deal. Exactly. But I mean, I thought all the rules, so many of the changes have been bad. The only rule change of the recent years that I liked was where there used to be a thing in the old NHL where you couldn't do a 2-line pass, which just meant if you were behind your own blue line, you couldn't make a pass that went past that and the center line to another guy without anybody touching it. They'd call it back. They got rid of that. Now you can, which is exciting. It opens up the game. Now you can make a really long pass, and sometimes you can spring a guy for a breakaway on it. So that's the only change I like. They just changed.
I know you like nonstop action and hard-hitting ballerinas, and stuff in hockey. And you've converted me and reminded me of how epic it was when I watched Gretzky on the Rangers when I was a youngin'. But the way how Saturday, it's hockey in Canada all day long. That's what football here is in Sunday in America, obviously, as you know. But I highly recommend watching hockey on Saturday if you're not busy and watching football on Sunday, because
it's really Saturday awesome all day too, though, for college.
Yeah, well, I prioritize college over NHL, but
right, I know. But
I mean, it's not even a thing in Canada. I mean, they're just like, it's fucking Saturday because that's their Sunday for hockey.
Oh wow!
Hockey night in Canada.
This girl just got carved up. It says hello on her back. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I just have them run around screaming. Maybe I missed it there. Oh, so you're a bit ahead of me. She's standing in the corner. I've got her standing in the corner.
Oh, that's sexy tramp stamp. Oh, man, that's sexy as fuck.
I'm going to pause mine for just a second here.
Yeah, just let me catch up. Okay, they're approaching her. They haven't checked her back yet.
Yeah. He was just wiping at her tramp stamp, and then let me know.
No, I'm not there yet. She's turned around. Oh, she made a weird, scary face. I had a girl in the corner. She made a scary face, and they all ran. I think I'm ahead.
Maybe you're ahead of us.
Okay, tell me when there's a girl standing in the corner. with their back to them. That's what I had. There was a girl standing in the corner with her back to them, and then she turns and makes a weird ghosty face, and they all freak out and run. And then I paused it.
Right.
So I must be a bit ahead. But I mean, it's not really all day. I mean, an ordinary day, sometimes there's an afternoon game. There isn't always.
All right, you get up, say 9:30, 10 o'clock, X-Men the Animated Series comes on. Okay.
Those were the days.
You're going to watch that, right?
Yes. That was great.
Yeah.
But I mean, we don't usually have show always the afternoon games on a Saturday. That's kind of a rare thing. I mean, we do have the one day, Hockey Day in Canada, where they have 3 games, and it is all day then. That's once.
Well, yeah, I understand, but Game Center is basically free compared to Sunday Ticket. Sunday Ticket, we play in this country pro football 17 weeks. Okay, 16 of those weeks, 16. Every team plays 16 games. One team gets a bye.
Yeah, you definitely don't get your bang for your buck. There's not enough games.
So Game Center is anywhere from $20 to $25 US, which I'm sorry for you guys, but it's like 30 Canadian, right? Which is still a lot of fucking money every month. I was considering getting DirecTV and paying it monthly. I mean, not DirecTV. Sunday, what's it called? Sunday Ticket? Yeah, Sunday Ticket. Do you know how much, Cole, they wanted USD for fucking 1 month through PlayStation?
$50 bucks?
No, higher. Go higher
than $50.
I don't know.
75
fucking dollars.
How much?
$75 a month.
I got it. 75.
Okay, she's in the corner, Cole.
Okay, man, I was way ahead.
We haven't seen her face yet, though. She looks like
I pause after they freak out and run out of the room.
She's grabbing her private parts right now.
Yeah, she's going to turn, make a face. They're going to run out of the room. Spoilers, everybody.
Well, Cole, yeah, if you were a diehard football fan and you had to watch your team that was in...
Oh, shit. There's her face.
Yeah.
Okay, they're running out. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, that's good enough. So we're probably close.
Yeah, we're good.
They're hiding in a closet.
Let's say you like the Minnesota Vikings. Just to watch 16 of their games and you get 4 a month, it's $75 fucking dollars on your PlayStation. Fuck that, man.
That's insane. Yeah, you guys don't... Yeah, there's not enough games in football to justify paying that much a month. Like, even if you watched every game, you're not getting bang for your buck.
No, for hockey and basketball, I see why people do it. But now I think anyone who has Sunday Ticket and isn't a fucking Goldman Sachs employee, I think they're fucking stupid, to be honest.
But see, I mean, I never need to buy center ice or anything. I get enough games, you know. And I mean, I'm very lucky. I'm a Canadian who lives in the eastern part of Canada, so that means more often than not, my Saturday night game is the Leafs. This is something most of Canada complains about because they're like, "No, everyone wants to see the Leafs all the time," but it works for me. I get to see the Leafs all the time, at least once a week. I get to see the Leafs at least once a week.
No, but you're a diehard Leafs fan,
right?
You know, probably on the level that I am a Patriots fan, but you've been alive longer. And you mostly get out of it. So
almost 30 years of heartbreak.
That's like me liking the Patriots.
At least you got to see them win. I didn't get to see them win.
I know, I understand, but that's like me watching the Eagles every weekend, or the Flyers here.
Or
that's
the
really
Browns.
Good.
It's like you cheering for the Browns.
Wait, why is it like that?
Because the Browns have never won.
No. I mean, I know that. No, but I mean, Orc. Wait, back up and say the thing again. Whoa, sorry.
Because I hate Philly sports teams so much, and you dislike them too. So it's like instead of getting Maple Leafs, you know, because I get the Patriots, it's like getting the Flyers.
Dancing in the air. Sorry, it's funny. He's dancing in the air.
You're saying it would be like if you, where you live right now, were a Flyers fan versus a Steelers fan.
The only team I've stuck by for over like 25 years is the Patriots. And it would be like me getting the Eagles after they just shit on us in the Super Bowl with their fucking backup quarterback.
Yes, that's what would be like that? I don't know what the comparison is. Okay, yes, but what would be like that?
Whatever your most hated hockey team is. But Ottawa, I know, is one of your favorites.
Yeah, but I'm still doesn't get what you're saying. Are you talking about a watching situation? Are you saying
Yes,
you don't?
so on Saturday,
you don't get to watch the teams you like? Is that what you mean?
No, I do because for
Because
other
even
reasons.
I get to watch the Patriots, and I don't give a shit about them, and they're on
No,
all
no,
the
no.
time.
Okay, on Saturday at any time
They're
on
always
Saturday,
preempting Jeopardy for fuck's sake.
on Saturday, any time of
Yeah.
day, you would never get to see the Leafs. That's what I'm relating it to, which isn't the fact, but I mean that's what it's like for football.
Yeah, I get to see them most Saturdays. Not every Saturday, but most Saturdays because of where I live.
If Jay
The
is a
early game is
diehard
almost
fan
always
of,
the Leafs.
the Dallas Cowboys or the Houston Texans, and he doesn't live close enough, he has to watch the fucking the Seattle Seahawks if he lives in Oregon or something.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, well, that's because of how many teams there are and stuff. There are 31 teams in the NHL, which is a lot, but there's only a few in Canada. So if you live in Canada, you get a chance of watching at least a couple of those teams just by geographic region, right? It's not like you guys where you live in one state, but it's surrounded by a whole bunch of other states, and they all have their own team, you know. So, like I said, I live in Atlanta, Canada. There's not a single team in Atlanta, Canada, so we get to watch the Leafs and the Habs.
Let me put it in perspective for you. Like in New Orleans, when the Saints are playing, that's a pay-per-view game for people that live in Louisiana.
Yeah, that's awful. That's sticking it to them.
Yeah. And everywhere else gets to watch that shit on normal television.
Wow.
Or,
I mean,
you know,
I just hate all that blackout stuff here on like TSN and Sportsnet because we're usually divided into regions. It's usually it goes East, Ontario, West, and Pacific. And if you're not in that area, they black out the game, which drives me insane. So like,
We have ESPN
blacked out.
They have do you guys have 4 or 5 TSNs in Sportsnet? Isn't it 4 or 5 or fucking?
There's like 5 TSNs, maybe 1 Sportsnet. I mean, they're all pretty much the same channel. Well, yeah, they'll split and bounce. It'd be like, oh, okay, this one has the Australian Open on, and this one has this one. You know, it's not really like having a bunch of different channels. It's just having to split up geographically and stuff. But yeah, so that's what the really annoying thing for me, as I've said to Orc many times, is what's weird is because the Leafs are the only team in the league that are popular enough to have their own goddamn channel and stuff, is that even though the Leafs are in Ontario, and so are obviously the Senators, I technically live in the Senators region, and I only get Senators games on Sportsnet. Anytime the Leafs show up, they're on Sportsnet Ontario, and it's blacked out.
See, I don't get that.
That drives me insane.
What's the purpose for that? Is just trying to give the whatever fans in one area they think?
Cole told me that shit, and I was gonna
Access?
I was gonna do a GoFundMe to get him fucking Game Center, so he could just watch these.
It seems like there would be enough channels available to show it all.
Because it's actually, I think it's a league thing and not the channels.
It's like
I think it has something to do with the league's rules. It's not like I was so mad my anger was misdirected for so long. I thought it was the actual channels sticking it to me, but I'm pretty sure it's the NHL. It's some sort of rule of theirs that I don't know about showing out of market games or some bullshit, something like that. But I mean, still, I still get, random games, every once in a while they'll just be like, okay, the Wednesday night game is, 2 American teams, and I'll get that. So, like I said, I've never, even though as Orc says, I'm a diehard hockey fan, I'm glad I don't have sports now. I wouldn't get anything done because I would watch games that I don't even care about. Because I just like having hockey on in the background, familiar, but it keeps me from doing things.
I'm gonna follow the Leafs a little bit more and Mississippi State since I don't have a.
They should be pretty exciting. They should be pretty exciting this year, or for the first time in our relationship. I can tell you the Leafs should be something interesting and fun to watch. This is going to be a big year for them because they've made Tavares is obviously the big thing, but
this movie is so amazing. I love it.
Do we know who this guy is?
Oh yeah, the guy that's dressed like a patient.
Yeah.
David Blaine?
Is he new?
It's pretty funny. At one point, my somebody, I guess, was choking, and my captions there said "chalking sound."
Ah.
I don't know. I like his underwear, though. They're pretty dank.
Is that tidy whities?
Yeah, dude. I'm not a fan. I just
classics.
Dusty's got to breathe,
That's very
Which
true.
brings me to another point. I know we're trying to commentate our award-winning spectating series, but Tight pants with guys, man. I don't understand it. Don't you want your testicles to breathe or what? I don't understand.
Yeah, it does actually lower sperm count.
Yeah. Yeah, adding a little bit of Mountain Dew and a little bit of Battlefield, you're fucked.
I saw this
I
guy
forgot
in
all
the.
about that whole Mountain Dew thing. Yeah, we used to talk about that in the 90s.
Yeah.
This was earlier. Yeah, I think it's bullshit. Really, was it Yellow Dye number 5, something like that?
I don't know. I just
One of the
remember
yellow
saying,
dyes.
yeah, Mountain Dew will lower your sperm count.
I had a teacher in school. He was such a badass. He's like, I don't need any more kids. It's fine. He already had like 4 kids. But, sorry, go
It's
ahead.
really bizarre watching this movie when you can't really hear the sound effects. So I just see everybody reacting to stuff I can't hear.
I don't even have subtitles. So.
Well, you
I
know,
know
a movie is a masterpiece.
like eerie
when we do
sound.
this. You know, a movie is a masterpiece and got robbed at the Oscars, like this one, because you know, when Jay and I watched The Conjuring, you don't need any sound, hands clapping everywhere and shit. It's like, oh god. I'd be talking about something stupid like always, and you'd be like, oh, like,
Oh yeah, it'd be me. Yeah, you're like, oh shit.
Conjuring's pretty good. And I think the sequel's even better. I like the second one more.
Yeah, I wish that was on here, but it's not available to us on anything.
It's on mine.
It's on Bulgarian Netflix this month only.
That's bullshit.
Bullshit. Stick around.
So Jamie Kennedy showed up in a gown.
Yeah.
And
you know, he's the type of guy that, like, if I was walking down the street and he was, like, lying on the sidewalk in a gown, I wouldn't really even be that surprised.
No, not at all.
I'd be like, okay, some sort of strange, you know, course of events, chain of events has led him here. And since it's Jamie Kennedy, I can understand that.
And he'd say, "You've been X'd."
He would just say all this, yeah.
Remember that show he had?
I feel bad for people in Hollywood.
Arms are coming out of the walls.
Kennedy's still like popular with a lot of people, and he's in a lot of stuff. But Pauly Shore is completely fallen off the wagon, and he's on nothing. But he'll post on his YouTube channel that has like 5,000 subs and a bunch of other social media. He'll be like, "All right, I want you guys to, hey man, I want you guys to post a video of reaction to one of my great movies from the 90s." And I was just like, man, you gotta let it go.
I want you guys to just transport yourselves and imagine that it's still 1993.
I'm like, I love nostalgia too. I am a complete nostalgia fag. Sorry, I'm using it in that term. But you know, he's stuck there, and I'm like, stop chasing the dragon, please, and eat a sandwich. You're gonna die in like 2 seconds.
Please squeeze the juice, just a little bit.
I have no idea how he was ever a star in the first place. This is in hindsight talking. Like,
I think star is kind of a.
I just remember being completely baffled by him, even when I was a kid watching him. I was just like, okay.
It was like a young, like gayer Steven Tyler. Like he had scarves everywhere. Like, what's going on with this guy? I couldn't understand him. I couldn't put a finger.
With a super annoying way of talking. What's going on, buddy? And I'll admit that it was a unique style. You never saw it in anybody else. It was all his own. But
I'm gonna pay him to be on a hangout, and it's gonna be the most amazing thing of all time. Hey guys, so we watching a movie or what?
Like, I'm pretty sure like Carrot Top has like more.
Not gonna go well.
I got a bloody bathtub.
Yeah,
why do they? Oh yeah, they always leave a bathtub.
Not bloody yet.
They could give that to some.
I like how there's no captions here. I guess he's just laughing.
Yeah, LeVar Burton just went straight into the bathtub.
Fake Drake, fuck this guy.
Now he was great in the '90s. I never watched Star Trek, but I watched Reading Rainbow.
Hell yeah, you did.
It was a great show. And what's funny is, like, I didn't like it because of my love of books. Because honestly, even when I was a little kid watching it, the show's books were beneath me.
Oh, I'm so glad Big Dude just died. Thank God, Circle.
So I didn't actually watch the show because of like the stuff about books. I just liked all the other stuff they did. Because every time they got to the book part, that was my least favorite part. You know, where the dumb kids would be like, he'd be like, "But you don't have to take my word for it." And then the kids would, you know, introduce some book. I'd be like, "Who gives a shit about that baby book? They were all baby books." Yeah, But I mean, it was a good show besides that. So yeah, it actually was not my love of books that made me like the show, because they never recommended a single book I had any interest in. It was just
This
the
guy
stuff
in
he
the
did.
gown, this was me in high school. You know, bathtub with blood poured over. I'm in the corner.
Yeah, so now you're behind me.
No, I know I'm behind though. No, no, no,
They're
no.
at
You're fine.
They're at the elevator. Open the elevator.
This is just an average, you know, every 3 months for me. Shit. Hands
Man.
coming out of the wall. But, you know.
Yeah, I'm way past the hands out of the wall.
Maybe don't.
No.
watch
I
this.
said I'm way behind. Don't worry about it. It's fine. But yeah.
Yeah, except when it's over and you're still watching.
Well, yeah.
You're like, whoa, that was fucked up, huh?
Don't spoil the ending. They all get out alive, right?
Well, I was synced up, but my Wi-Fi is fucking dog shit.
And those two get married.
Those two really gonna make it work.
I believe in them. Oh, good, some more good hallway shots. I'll admit, Orc, this probably has the best hallway shots. Actually, no, it doesn't. Sorry. The best hallway shots belong to...
Session
hold on.
9.
No, I was actually going to name a pretty good movie. Even though I don't like it near as much as other people. The Shining. The Shining has great hallway shots.
All I'm
Because The
saying,
Shining taught me to fear like hallways in broad daylight in the middle of the afternoon. That's special. Oh, that's like somebody's nose on the ground.
all The Shining taught me is just to fear when he's not at a Laker game. This movie, whereas indie as it was and low budget, I think is pretty decent as it stands on its own. The second one sucks, but when people shit on this movie, I'm just like, okay, I can see why. But compared to most shit that comes out, like, are you serious? You're gonna watch fucking Hatchet 10 and shit on this movie? Fucking suck a dick.
Well,
Please.
I think the set
I
is
mean-
really what they had here. You know,
Which,
this is an
hey,
actual
they still
hospital,
had it.
right?
Yeah, it's an actual hospital.
Oh man, yeah, I just saw the nose.
Oh. Man, how am I still so far
It's
ahead?
supposed to be a different version or something.
Yeah, I keep watching.
You have the
Even
uncut
when we
Canadian
synced up,
edition.
I must be getting all the extra good stuff.
You have the uncut Canadian edition because you're a fag, Cole. God damn it.
Oh, rushing.
But starting with the girl's face, I mean, I find all the scares, especially if you have like your sound up, I think they're pretty effective. I jump the first time I saw them.
Honestly,
Yeah.
too much of this is in night vision. I can't give a shit about movies that are night vision.
See, with car sickness or boat or whatever, airplane or watching a FP VOD or a found footage horror movie.
Oh, this guy's doing his. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say this guy's doing his Blair Witch moment where he's looking at the camera and like crying. Sorry, go ahead.
No, but that's a great point. I mean, none of that shit makes me
shit.
sick at all. I don't just puke just because I'm like nauseous or something. I don't know. But
No, none of that makes me sick. It just annoys me. Like, yeah, I know when we came out of like the Blair Witch movie, like for the first time, like Ryan liked the movie, but he had a hard time with it because of the way the camera.
Yeah.
And remember, this is before we were conditioned by it either. There was a new thing to have the camera jerk around.
But
like that seriously like fucked his head up. It just
I
annoyed
wanted
me.
to-
It didn't.
I wanted to make 2 points. Like, I see why you find it annoying. I think it's kind of cool. Like in a horror movie, you're trying to notice someone in the background, or in a slasher movie, like if he's coming, like the Zodiac killer, or if Jason's coming towards you. That's kind of what I enjoy about first-person found footage horror movies. But then, like you said about the Blair Witch, is I love seeing newer movies come out, and you see what they take from movies that inspired them, regardless of how old they are. You spot it out, and you're like, okay,
But I
that's
just
them.
mean in all the horror movies I like, it's like the complete opposite. They make use of like a steady cam, and this is like frantic jerking around.
It's
And I get it.
definitely
It's different subject matter, right? Like you wouldn't film like Halloween jerking the camera around. It wouldn't make any sense. And it makes sense for this. They're trying to show us the panic of the characters, and I get it, but it's very
never
rarely
bothered me.
it
The
very rarely
style.
works for me. Like I feel like if you took all like the footage of the part where like they just have the camera and they're looking sort of at their feet or the ground as they're running away. Like, I feel if you add all that up, like, that's like time in my life completely wasted.
I'll compare it like this. I love found footage in the way you love novels, even though you like books way more than me.
Are you serious?
You like
You
books?
like them that much?
I said you like books way more than me, but I was using something to compare to, even though I know you like to read a lot. But for me, the way how shaky cam and stuff makes you want to kill yourself, that's how like text on text on text on text makes me. Uh,
I know. Visually, I know.
Yeah. So, but I'm not getting butthurt because you're shitting on the movie. 'Cause I don't care. But
I'm pretty sure you expected that.
yeah.
But I'm not shitting on this one in particular. I'm saying I have a lot of trouble with this. I mean, like I said, it's a hard sell for me. I only like very few for found footage movies.
But for something I know we all can agree on, and we do,
Oh,
is
vomiting blood.
people who don't like subtitle movies. That kind of just, I'm like, really? So you're telling me you're not going to watch the original Old Boy because you don't want to read and you just had a 15-hour day? Come on, like, let's be real here.
I've only had trouble with subtitles once in my life, and that was the first time I saw the movie City of God. It was on CBC, and I don't know if it's like this if you buy the DVD or the Blu-ray, but it had yellow subtitles, and they weren't fast enough. It was slow. It was behind the pace. And often, sometimes you'd have multiple characters talking, and I couldn't tell who was saying what. It was really hard. And remember, I read lightning fast.
My first with the yellow subs, that I was like, okay, why the fuck are they yellow? And this is really
Why are
annoying.
they yellow? That's stupid.
Rec was the first one that did it for me.
Really?
City of God is a fucking amazing movie, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see
the
it.
sequel.
I've still never seen the sequel, which is ridiculous.
It's good.
It's also called like City of something, right? Or it has a very similar sort of title.
It's similar, yeah. What is it?
And it's Armor of the God.
City of
Armor of God's awesome. Good subtitle.
I know. It's great. I love it. Operation Condor 95.
Yeah, I love both those. Those are great adventure movies.
If you miss out on this Jackie Chan movie, then you're missing out on a new dimension.
Yeah, First Strike was my favorite.
It was mine.
Oh, First Strike.
It was mine too. As I said, that's the movie that got me into parkour. I didn't know what parkour was. I didn't know there was a name for it. I just started doing it after I saw Jackie doing it in the movie.
All I know is koala bear underwear. That's what started me on that trend, and I still hold true to that today.
Still wearing some.
Fuck yeah, dude! Koala bear underwear.
Plus the dubs of those movies, like even though I hate dubs, I mean I was I first watched those movies with the dubs, so I got kind of used to them, and they're pretty funny.
Yeah. But I don't know if it was
like the guy, they're just like, oh, there's a shark in there, and the evil guy with the mustache is like, sharks don't bite.
But I don't know if it was the
that's
same
all they do, dude.
I don't know if it was the same for you guys where you guys grew up, but I saw all of this shit in the 90s and a lot from the 80s too, from Dimension that got distributed here in North America. But the two I always kept going back to was First Strike, like we said, and Rumble in the Bronx. And Rumble in the Bronx was one of the first DVDs I bought too, on the shitty snapper case.
I love Rumble in the Bronx. And again, the good thing about the movie, those movies, the ones that were the very end of the 80s and the mid 90s, was even though the dubs were stupid, Jackie dubbed himself.
Right.
So at least you had some continuity there. What's funny is like I said, I was a little taken aback. I have the Shout Factory Blu-ray that has the first two police stories on it, and I mean I like watching them with the subtitles, but out of like curiosity, I watched the dub, and he doesn't dub himself in that. And it's really disconcerting because I'm used to hearing Jackie dub himself, but just some completely different voice.
Because I don't think that came out theatrically, at least here in the States.
No, neither of them did.
Yeah.
Did Super Cop come out theatrically?
I believe so.
Because Super Cop is technically the third police story, even though it has nothing to do with the first two. The first two actually lead right into each other. Then they just sort of use the name, like Police Story because First Strike is also technically a police story.
I wish I had known that.
Even though he's a different character and has nothing to do with the rest, it just became a series. Only 1 and 2 are the same like continuity. After that, it's just a word police story.
I'm pretty sure I saw both of those before 1 and 2. Police Story 1 and 2.
I'm not sure what the very first one I saw was, but I know for like my 11th birthday, so this is 1994.
Yeah.
One of the 2 movies that we rented was Super Cop. So I'm not sure if that's the first time I saw him or something else. Obviously, First Strike came out in theaters in '96. I did not see Rumble in the Bronx in the theater. I saw it on video. But I did see Operation Condor, even though it's from the 80s. Or is that 91? Anyway, it's older. It got a re-release. I saw it in like 96 or 97.
Yeah.
So I thought it was newer at the time. Not to mention, it's really funny because it's like Operation Condor is actually the sequel to Armor of God. And sometimes it's called Armor of God 2, Operation Condor. Well, they did it backwards here. Remember, they came out with Operation Condor, and then they re-released Armor of God and called it Operation Condor 2.
It's so messed up, the whole timeline of all that stuff.
Yeah. But here's the ones I saw in the theater. It's not too from back in the day. It's not too many, actually. All it was First Strike, the re-release of Operation Condor, and I think Mr. Nice Guy. I think those are the only ones I got to see in the theater before he brought in the new stuff and did, a fucking Rush Hour.
Oh, yeah. See, I saw the first Rush Hour, but yeah, I saw all those original ones in the theater. It was kind of an event for me and my friends.
Yeah.
We'd all go see the new Jackie Chan film. Or new to us.
Yeah, new to us, yeah. Yeah. Mr. Nice Guy's not really that good, but it's still okay.
No, it's not.
The best thing about it is those massive, gigantic trucks. Trucks like as big as buildings. Holy shit. Remember that?
Yeah. Were those for some sort of a mining truck
I
or something?
don't know. He's at like some sort of crazy like construction site thing, and yeah, they just have trucks like where the wheel of the truck is like tall as a like just massive truck.
So this dude's losing his fucking mind, eating rats and shit. Like, what the hell?
He's down here looking at all. So this is the stuff that does interest me in these movies. Like he's seeing all the experiments. He's seeing all the evidence of people, like the photographs of people getting cut open. There's somebody's face.
This is just average Friday night for me. I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
I didn't even remember this part.
I lost my fucking mind. Yeah, he's alone now in the basement, and he's finding all the experiments and stuff. It's probably the best part, but it's pretty much the end too. I missed how he got separated from the others, or if the others are already dead. I don't know.
I mean, they just got killed off, but the girl just like randomly disappeared.
Okay.
A big fog came about, and
okay, I wasn't looking at that part. Because I mean, I've always had a thing for like the asylum with like a really dark history from like the early days and stuff. They even do it a little bit in the remake of House on Haunted Hill.
Yeah,
which is an okay remake.
Right, I was gonna say the same.
It's fun.
I don't think it's okay. As far as remakes go, I think it's really, really good. It's fun to watch.
I think the original is kind of overrated.
I mean, I really like Jeffrey Rush. I mean, Jeffrey Rush does a really great Vincent Price sort of impression. It's really good.
It's got my girl Famke.
It even plays a character called Price.
It's got my girl Famke, man.
Your granny Famke.
Ooh. Don't tell me you wouldn't fuck her, Cole. Get the fuck out of here, man. She's still.
I wouldn't. It's Jean Grey, man. Y'all need to chill out.
I wouldn't, man.
You wouldn't fuck Famke?
No.
What is you?
That doesn't make her a bad person. I just personally wouldn't fuck her. Jeez, it doesn't mean she's
What is
okay.
with you needing to bang chicks who are only like 19? I don't understand.
Hey, my girlfriend's a year older than me.
Oh my. Okay.
I mean, the first time ever that's ever happened ever, but I mean, still.
Okay, Cole. Do you find any ladies in their 40s attractive?
Probably. None come to mind, but probably.
Oh my God, Cole, you're missing out.
And now a close up on. I'm missing out. Really, tell me about all the ladies in their 40s that you've been banging.
I didn't know you'd get so offended, but I'm just saying you're missing out.
I'm just saying you're acting like you're some sort of authority, and I think you're full of shit. I don't think you know anything.
I'm not an authority. I'm not an authority, but yeah.
Look, I'm not trying to project the wrong image here. It's like, oh, once women get over a certain age, they should be discarded by society and nobody cares. No, I'm just saying it's not a crime to have your preferences. That's all. Just like you're not racist if you're more attracted to some race or something like that. That's well, I just talk about an attraction.
Whoa!
Okay,
Drop
fine.
the N-bomb again, Cole. Go for it. Here's your time to shine.
Oh my god.
So you don't like ladies who are in
say
the...
it, but that is kind of funny because I've been watching The American Office, and it made me rewatch the British Office, and there is a great moment there where he's like talking to the crazy guy. Now I can't think of his names, but anyway, David's talking to the crazy guy, and he's saying like, "Oh, didn't it remind you of that?" When he's talking about being a soldier, he's like, "Remember that movie?" And he's talking about some old war movie. He's like the soldier. Remember, he had his black dog, and the guy goes, "Oh yeah, N-word." Okay, there you go. Or N-word. And then David goes, yes, but this was back in the 40s before racism was a bad thing or something like that. Or no, before racism was bad or something like that. And anyway, then they're talking a bit more. And then just suddenly, Gareth. And then Gareth just says, and Gareth goes, N-word. And he goes, well, don't say it again. It's funny.
Was that the dog's name?
It was the dog's name in the movie.
Oh,
He had a black
hilarious.
soldier had a black dog, and he called it N-word. There, make everybody happy. Even though, again, I don't see if there's anything wrong with me saying it in that context.
The Vicious Brothers, man, that was so fucking brutal. So fucking brutal, Orc.
Anyway, the movie is over. I guess he died.
Well, this film, for its budget, has pretty good special effects, in my opinion. But Cole,
I think this is a great thing you can do at a low budget. Is the special effects don't look so bad if everything is in night vision.
Cole,
Like,
I'll just
if
leave
it wasn't, it would look really bad.
It's not a sunshine and rainbows, fun literature term to throw around here in the States.
I'm not saying it is. I'm not talking about literature or sunshine and rainbows. I really resent that you think that I have no idea what the word means or the implications it has.
You may not have heard, but that's a sensitive subject.
I'm aware, but go down to Mississippi, go to a bar, and when you think no one's listening, just say it like in the bathroom or something.
I wouldn't say that in the bathroom here. I wouldn't do that.
Well, there's no fucking black people in Halifax.
That's not true. See, now you're the racist. You don't know anything about my city. Of course, there's quite a large black population.
Even 1/5 as many African Americans in Halifax as there is in Mississippi. Are you fucking?
We're not talking about numbers, but don't say there aren't any black people here. Of course there are, and I see them every day.
Saying Maine has a huge population of African Americans.
I don't know why you turn everything into a contest. You know. It's not a contest.
I'm comparing. I'm not fucking bobbing for apples. Jesus fucking Christ.
We're having a contest? I may actually win this one.
Well, it sounds like a contest to me. And you're making it sound like, oh, the word's not a big deal here. Of course it is. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go outside and shout racial slurs at people.
Oh, I love you too, but
it's not a big deal here, apparently.
I'm amazed. I'm not offended. I am amazed that you think fag is even on the list of the N-bomb. Dude,
that's because you're a completely insensitive person, and you don't realize the hurt it causes people, and that it's very damaging and it's very hateful.
Let's just not say either. And
I'd be happy to not say either.
I'd say both if I could, but I can't.
Why? You get a kick out of it or something? See, again, if I don't.
Fag is just a word that, at least here in the 90s, we just threw out, and I don't know if Eminem was big in Canada. I think he was.
Of course he was. He was popular everywhere.
Yeah, it's just,
again, just because you thought you used it innocently doesn't mean it. Plenty of people use it not innocently at all. Ask gay people that grew up in the 90s how much they enjoyed it.
Innocent, for the love of fucking Christ.
Don't defend it.
Gay, retard, all that shit are words you use to describe something. It's a retarded situation. There are 10 guys, Tom Segura says it's perfect in one of his special, fucking each other in the ass. That's kind of gay. That's kind of faggish. You know, it's that's how I use them. Let's go to a baseball.
Gay and faggish are not the same thing. I think they'd rather just be called gay.
Oh, me too. # me too. Fuck.
Give me a break, Orc. Seriously, you're gonna have gay friends and call them fags? See how much they like it.
If they were cool gay friends, which I'm open to having, they wouldn't give a fuck. because I don't hang out with uptight people who have a fucking dick shoved up their ass 24/7.
Oh, and now it's uptight to have a problem with hate speech. Okay.
I feel like if they were your friends, you probably wouldn't use that type of
Yeah,
language
if you're your
around them.
friends, why would you use it? I mean, if you actually like them and respect them, why use a word that's used to disparage them?
Because if it was let's say, an African American guy, that I'm not going to just throw around the fucking N-bomb for Christ's sake, but let's say he was gay. I said, yo, Tyrell, you're a faggot. And he called me, a triple chin, crack a white trash piece of shit. It's a little different. And if he was a cool friend, he wouldn't
I'm not
give
saying
a
you
shit.
can't have a relationship with certain people, but I just mean it's a very dangerous road to walk, and I think it's harmful in the long run. I mean, these words need to be...
It's harmful for you because you're going to actually have a job that's epic as fuck one day again, and I'm not. That's the difference, Cole. You're an actual human being. I'm fucking dog shit.
What? I'm not attacking you. Don't talk like that. Come on now. I'm not trying to tear you down. I'm just saying I don't like you defending using a word that's used to attack and disparage people.
I understand, Cole, but you have a higher chance of being successful at various things in life than I do. Just take my word for it.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that. I'm not trying to use that as some sort of leverage for an argument.
I understand. That was Grave Encounters. Next week we're gonna have Pauly Shore and In the Army Now. Fuck
yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still just a word, and it's only as powerful as what you give it.
Right. I disagree. I think fag is just a word in general.
Well, they're all just words, but if you take the power away from what they mean, they're not,
no.
It's kind of like the society we're in now. It's sticks and stones type thing. It's
I didn't.
It's one thing to say a word; it's another thing to use it on somebody.
This is a derogatory, like a noun.
I didn't grow up in where Jay's from, Mississippi, but where I was from in New York, it wasn't tough. It wasn't hard. But the word faggot compared to the N-bomb is not even close. Not even close.
Well, it's a very different time than when you grew up right now.
It doesn't matter what fucking time it is. Yes, everyone is a PC.
I think it kind of does.
No, it doesn't. No.
If it doesn't matter what time it is, then it's okay to just throw the N-word around because it was okay to throw that around in the 50s.
Are you going to tell Apple Home that, we need to not have certain words when we do fucking Google searches? Like, that's what I fucking hate about today's society, man.
Well, you're the one jumping all over me because I said a word, and you think that I take it so lightly because I say it.
If you took it seriously at all, you wouldn't say I don't think you understand.
Exactly. If you took it seriously, you wouldn't say it, but you don't take it seriously. So
Eminem dropped in every other fucking line of lyrics in his music. He has never said the fucking N-word on a track. Do you think there's a reason for that, Cole?
Yeah, because he's a rapper.
No.
And he knows his audience.
Rapper.
Are you kidding me? He's a white rapper who knows his audience. Are you out of your fucking...
I want to talk about that for a second because I know a bunch of like Puerto Rican rappers or, say, Tekashi 6ix9ine. Mm-hmm. He says it. He's, I believe, Mexican descent.
Well, I guess if you're a minority, you can add AS to the end, and it's fine.
If you're a minority, you can say it, basically, because... Yeah, like I've even heard some Asians say it.
Oh no, they throw that shit all around.
But
all
I mean, think about it. Eminem ruins his career and tanks everything if he pisses off his made audience by just casually throwing out the N-word as if it's cool for him to say it. But if he says faggot, who's going to get mad? Who's going to stop buying his albums?
Cole, answer me this: what is Eminem's main audience?
I don't know, hip hop fans.
I mean, I would say before would be like young white kids.
Yep.
Yeah, but obviously, don't tell me he doesn't have a lot of credibility with black people and black artists. Obviously, he does.
Of course, but people think, the Al Sharpton would have come on TV and, oh my God, African Americans wouldn't have bought his CD anymore. Doesn't matter, dude. There's a reason why Eminem and who's the guy now, Post Malone, why they're so popular. It's because all the Caucasians like them. Everybody who's white dig, their music.
Dude, I mean. So? White kids made all these rappers popular.
Yeah, white kids made all the black rappers popular too. I mean, in the 90s especially, that was a big boom where black culture became such a huge thing, especially with white American youth specifically.
I mean, I was part of that. Yeah.
And then you had sort of the weird thing where they'd hear their black artist dropping the N-word, and they'd want to say it just, out of, because they like the song or whatever, and they're told they can't say it because of all the connotations it has and stuff like that. And I'm sure it was very confusing for them.
Cole. Don't say the N-word. Come on. The N-word is equal to fag. Come on.
I'm
trying to do it to placate you.
No, because it's not the same at all, and it never will be. If you're a fucking logical thinking human being, just drop it again. I just love when you just say it.
I'm not gonna say something gratuitously.
I just love it when it with the AR too.
But I like how you're actually shaking in your boots and you're afraid of it.
I am not afraid.
Don't do it, Cole.
I am not afraid. You're on a live hangout, Cole. Drop the N-bomb a few more times. I don't think you
understand. Again, I don't say it gratuitously. I was talking in context. We were speaking about it, so I said it.
If you say the word,
please stop saying faggot.
Then don't drop the fucking N-bomb with a hard ER. Or with an AR.
You're not making any sense.
If I drop fag enough, some guy might hump my fucking leg. Okay? If you drop the ER and you go down to where Jay lives.
See, that's all you're showing. You're just you're just basing it on people's reactions about how violent or angry they might get. You're right. Gays aren't typically violent groups, so I guess it's okay to just say whatever you want to them because they won't attack you or beat you up.
Is there a fag Panthers? Were fags enslaved? No.
I feel like there's probably you got to earn that shit. I feel like there are white people that can get away with saying that around their black friends, but it's not something you just do,
No,
like I experienced
I would ever do
plenty of times in college, in the dorms, probably half and half, half white, half black kids.
Right.
And it was it was this one nerdy kid that everybody kind of picked on a little bit. He was kind of a little bit of an asshole, and he was in there with some black guys. They were on the original PlayStation, and he dropped it, right. And they all they took him, pushed him up against the fucking wall. They were just fucking with the dude because they didn't like him, really.
Cole, I'll leave you with this. Let's have the same mindset. I'll go in with my harsh words. You go in with yours. And let's go both to Chirac in the worst part of the south side of Chicago.
Okay, wait a second. This has nothing to do with going in different places.
You said I was shaking in my boots. Do you have any idea what you're discussing, Cole?
Yeah, I know exactly what I'm discussing. And here's the difference. I don't say the N-word casually. I never use it to refer to people of that group. You say fag to refer to gay people. You do.
Yeah.
You're talking about faggots. I would never say that and you make it sound like I just casually throw the N-word out. Of course not. I would never refer to black people in such a way ever.
And while I agree, they're both fucked up and neither of them should be said. I just think you're
defending you're saying it an awful lot and making it sound like it's no big deal at all.
You on fucking multiple TSF episodes. I just don't I don't think you quite grasp how hardcore of when you drop an N-bomb, what that means. Cole.
Again, you're making it sound like I'm just casually bringing it up out of nowhere, like it's a part of my normal lexicon or something, or that I refer to people.
Kill a Mockingbird, and it's just hilarious to me. They're both wrong. I understand, but oh my god, I was watching To Kill a Mockingbird, N-bomb. Just come on, man.
Again, N-bomb. But again, what is wrong with saying the sentence? They say the word nigger in To Kill a Mockingbird.
I can't do it.
See, you're making it sound like you're pushing up word up, as Jay said. They're just words. You're pushing up. Oh, you can't say. Oh, you can't say. I'm using context.
I am not saying.
I would never refer to people that way. I would never call them that. Anything like that.
I am all for freedom of speech.
You're saying it's a forbidden word that can't be used ever.
No, I am all for freedom of speech, unlike what the UK believes, okay? That being said, I just love how you just throw around the word. It's fucking hilarious. Oh my god. It's so funny.
You say throw around the word. How else was I supposed to say it?
You don't.
What do you mean you don't? Again, I don't say that my day-to-day life. I would never refer to people that way or call them or anything like that. I don't use it when I curse or get mad or anything like that. I'm talking about simply saying, "Oh, this is the word that appears in this movie."
Can I have to leave soon. I have to get ready for something.
You're ridiculous.
I know, and I'm unintelligent, and I'm fat, and I like McDonald's. Okay, please continue.
See, this is what you do. You make it sound like I'm not mean. I'm not saying those things.
Well, let me just fucking say this because I don't live by myself. Okay. All right. Jay, not to take sides, but do you understand what I'm referring to with the N bomb? Well, with the N word
I understand what you're saying, man, but I think Cole understands like the implications that go along with that. But he's not. I mean, he's not using it in any kind of context that would.
You keep saying like casually, like it's something I say, in my day-to-day life or something like that, or that I would actually call people that. Of course not.
I know you don't use it in a racist term, like I guess the way you think I use fag in public, which I never say that to a waitress or a fucking waiter. But
that's good. I'm really glad to know that.
Okay, my fucking point is you'll just be describing something and you'll just say the N bomb like it's nothing. Like oh, I just opened the window and that breeze came in. It's just fucking hilarious to me. It cracks me up.
Don't say it
I
like
love you guys.
Nothing.
Cole, never change. I gotta go. I gotta go. You're right. I'm wrong. I'm stupid. But that's actually.
I wish you wouldn't do that because.
No. But no, you're actually right in this argument, is what I'm saying. And I am unintelligent, so that's kind of what I mean.
Whatever.
I wouldn't say that either, man.
Okay, so nobody won, and we're both. What?
Yeah. Well, good luck with your picks, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, I'll see you guys next time.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Have a good one. Take care. And Cole, just I'm worried about you, buddy. Just be careful. I love you guys. Take care.
Oh. Well, guys, that's been.
Oh my God! Just take us off.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to take this episode down. Actually,
it had some unintended consequences.
Anyway, thanks for watching. Watched it, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.